7 in blue. There's Merkel, who anytime you get her the ball underneath the basket, it's likely to be a made shot. But it won't happen there.
They were looking to get her the basketball as well, and she is fantastic around the rim. And the most impressive thing about her is how she gets herself set up in position before the basketball is even in the half court.
Indiana is 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Noyan will try. Oh, the friendly bounce! Edessa Noyan gets it to fall for Indiana's 5th three. Merkel in trouble. Murray will try and hit.
3rd in the conference in three-point makes, and that one was with no hesitation. A pure catch-and-shoot shooter, and it was pure.
Ends a scoring drought of about 5 minutes for Penn State. Caffey slicing into the lane.
We've seen her offensive game develop throughout the year, and now she's getting downhill, finding her spots and finding easy success early on.
Merkel passes out of the post entry, and Chesky rips it away for Indiana. Indiana just cannot miss, Noah.
They're out in transition. That's where they thrive, and Shea Chesky is feeding in transition and getting her spots early.
You talk about early post entries to Merkel. That's about as early as it gets. A baseball pass from McMiller in the backcourt and a foul drawn on Noyan. That's big because Indiana's post depth isn't nearly as good as its guard depth.
That's why this start is as important as it is you might run into trouble trying to guard Merkel. Having a lead where you can work some of your reserves into the contest to throw different bodies at her is huge.
Victoria Santana misses everything on a 3. Caffey will go coast to coast. Nearly got her own rebound, and Murray comes away for Penn State. Indiana's on a 22-3 run over the last 4 minutes. McMiller has still yet to find the scoreboard. Santana down for the basketball, and McMiller left open for 3. The foul is on Ronnie Savlovich for Penn State on the rebound.
You're starting to see Penn State get frustrated and frustrated. Right now, they've only taken 14 field goals to Indiana's 16. They've turned it over 7 times. Indiana does not turn teams over a lot, just 11 times a game. They've turned them over 7 times in the opening 8 minutes, and it's really been the catalyst to their offense.
Nevaeh Caffey, who has been tremendous today, Edessa Noyan also have made their way to the bench, as Journey Kiaku and Jade Onjeneme are in for Indiana. 2 players that have taken an increased role as the season has continued. Chesky sees an opening. Through contact, will earn a trip to the free throw line.
When you get by that primary defender, Chesky's so talented in that mid-range that you have to throw a second body at her. She gets by Murray, and Santana has to come over to help because Chesky's either got an open lane or a step back mid-range that she's been so good at. That's how she draws the foul, and now she gets to the foul stripe where she's over 90% this year.
Shea Chesky is the only player in NCAA women's basketball to be averaging 20 points or more on 50% shooting from the field, 40% shooting from 3, and 90% shooting from the free throw line. The one to be concerned about is the free throws if you're looking for the 50-40-90 club, 90.6, but she makes the first.
Yeah, she's well above the 46% mark at three-point shooting as well. She doesn't have to worry about that. One of the premier scorers in the country, and she does it at all 3 levels, and she's already been showing it early in the contest in the opening 8 minutes.
Chesky hits both. 9 points in this first quarter. There's the post entry to Merkel, doubled immediately again. There's a held ball, and the possession favors Indiana. No, a travel called otherwise. One referee called a held ball.
You don't normally see the trail referee step in and override the lead referee's call, but the trail referee must have seen something on the catch from Merkel that had a travel call to begin with. It was a great double team by Chesky. They seem more than confident leaving Clayton open thus far, and it looks to be the right call on the second look.
Penn State showed the soft press earlier in the quarter. Here comes the full-on, full-court press. Kyaku finds Chesky. Makaleski for an open three. And Penn State will let that one bounce out of bounds.
They use the press to try to speed up Indiana, make them make some passes they're not necessarily used to making. Because right now, Indiana's success is when they're out and running. Slow them down a little bit, but also speed them up at the same time, if that makes sense. You got to think about what pass is going next and find the right spots without getting too greedy, or you're going to turn it over or take a bad shot.
Yomi McMiller played every minute in Penn State's win over USC on Wednesday. She's played every minute here in the first quarter, but has not made a shot. 0 of 5. Murray hits her second three. Mariah Murray, and nearly 40% from three this year for Penn State. And Chesky answers with the floater.
That's going to open up a lot later in the contest as well. If she can get by that initial defender and maybe dump it off to Onjeneme for two as well.
Merkel is holding her lower leg on the high post. That's something to keep an eye on, favoring that lower left leg. Onjeneme on the cut.
I think Onjeneme realized Merkel was hobbling a little bit, just beat her down the floor all 94 feet.
Yeah, Merkel's still in the backcourt. Coach Carolyn Keeger says play on. Murray. A rare two-point shot attempt for Mariah Murray, and Caffey breaks free. Great recovery, but Onjeneme comes down with the board, and that will do it for the first quarter. Lights out shooting from Indiana, 55%, 5 of 9 from three, where Penn State only shot 3 for 17. It's 31-8 after one on this winning in afternoon here in Bloomington.